Ladies and gents, we are here and welcome. Look at all those wonderful king icons on the minimap. Guys, I hope you're excited. Kings are already being threatened, apparently. There's going to be a lot of action in this game. What this is an 8-player Regicide diplomacy game, and I'm using the new capture Age. I debuted this in a little video the other day, but this is the first time I'll be casting it. High-level Age of Empires will happen on the weekend. Today is community game day. So there's 9 total games, $5,000 prize pool from Microsoft. So shout out to them, and shout out to Capture Age for helping me work on this and enhancing this. $25 per King Snipe. I have a lot of uploads on my channel, okay? Usually that's all for fun and glory, but $25 if you kill a king in this game mode. It doesn't matter how you kill it. And then if you're first place in this game, you get $150. Second place, $100, and third place is $50. This is for a 20-year-old video game. Never thought you'd see it. And already I'm seeing instances where kings are threatened. And thankfully, because of this program, I can actually click it, and it tells me what's going on here with the kings. There's other things I'll explain, like this little table here will show you different things throughout the day. I'm still getting used to this. Keep in mind, I have done a little bit of testing. But look at this. Filster says 2 minutes in, so anyone want peace until Willis is dead? So let me give you backstories here. Willis, longtime friend of mine. He's actually my PC guy and moderator, so he's been around the community for a while. He knows Filster, okay? And he's known Filster for years. And he jokingly, I think, said that he's going to show why Filster is not a legend. And he said that on his Twitter the other night. And then Filster shows up to my Discord last night before bed and said, so it looks like I'm not allying Filster. Now, important thing to note, not only that, as we have Sir Eruptive Jumper now talking, this is Sir Explosive Hopper. He's in a legend video. He's got amazing Diplo. And in fact, as of this moment, I still have another one in queue to send to YouTube because he is that much of a legend. Okay? So we have 4 players who I rigged into this. We had Filster, Willis, Shulker, and Sir Explosive Hopper. And then 4 players we selected from the chat here today. And you can see already Sir Explosive Hopper is jumping or hopping right into the Diplo. Says, hey, Blue, talking only to you. I'm close to you. Let's be allies. So I'm going to just real quickly remove these instances. I don't think we need tribute events or market buy and sell. That's going to get spammy later on. Let's do the introductions. In the blue, we have Lapwolves, who's accepted that alliance. Lapwolves is playing as the Persians. In the gray, we have Sir Eruptive Jumper, who is Sir Explosive Hopper. I believe he changed his name so he wouldn't be as recognized. And look, you can see Gray's chatting him up. Is this your first community game? Really never thought I'd get in. Exactly. In the green, very close by to Sir Explosive Hopper is Filster. Filster, I've always felt like is like kind of like my little bro, you know? Got to watch him grow up within the community, improve at Age of Empires. Kind-hearted guy. And I'm excited to see him. He's playing here as the Turks. In the yellow, we have Shulker, longtime moderator, supporter of the channel. Part of that mod squad, playing as the Berbers. Here in the red, we've got Yasangrim, one of the viewers here from today. I think first-time community gamer, playing as the Poles. In the orange, we have Willis35, who, again, I already kind of introduced him, but he did forget how to build houses in Age of Empires. And yes, Willis, when you rewatch this, you will be embarrassed, and that makes me happy. In the teal, we have Lunaris Philia. Again, another player from the community here, first community game. And next to him is the lowest-rated player in the game, Authorite. And you can see Authorite is discussing with teal right now. There's also this wonderful little crossing here. This is Nomad, so you never know what's going to be out there. Wonderful little crossing that connects the sides. And, of course, with docking and everything could be quite important in this game. Now, the bottom right signifies if people are allied together or not. And if it's a full circle, that means that that player is allied to the other player. What's funny is there's only 2 blank circles, and that is between Filster and Willis. So whatever Willis said last night got to Filster, and they will not ally each other right now. Everyone else is allied. Oh my god, this is funny. Also, people probably saw the penguins. The penguins are not dangerous. No, they're just here to look pretty. They do actually have stats, but they don't actually do damage. Okay. This is so cool, though. Like, check it out. What if I'm like, where's Blues King? Boom. It takes me right to Blues King. It also shows if a king is garrisoned. If a king's in a transport ship, it has a symbol. A castle, it has a symbol. This is really nifty stuff. And what I'm going to go to now, I need to expand this. Here we go. I want to just show the eco tabs for now. This is good to see. It shows the worker efficiency last minute and the worker efficiency overall, as well as the eco number. And this will show you that Sir Explosive Hopper is indeed the strongest player in this game. The king notifications are a little wild right now. Obviously, players are scouting with their kings, but they're starting to realize how risky that is. And we're all getting used to this, but I'm really excited to see what this brings us. I think the best civilization here is probably Spanish. But then again, Franks, Berbers I really like. Our highest rated player, Sir Explosive Hopper, was actually the last to pick Civ. Other people picked first. So players talking to each other over here. I like it. I like how we have... You can kind of tell by Purple's TC. I like how we've got these two players working together over here. Blue says, hey, you want to work together? I'm really stressed out. Now, positionally, they're all kind of spread out, which is quite fair and quite nice. Willis has got to be careful. He's scouting with his king. He's got to be really careful that he doesn't run into a town center or something. Looks like he's been sheep swapping a little bit with Teal. So we might have maybe 3 players in the north ally each other. He said he was grateful. I think his chat settings are wrong. Who said he was grateful? Did I miss something? I missed that, but Gray, the pro chatter, that's part of it, man. You have to be able to play the game, but you have to go to the top right and toggle through who you're chatting to all the time. It's not easy. There are hotkeys for some of that stuff, but still not a very easy process. So, this is going to be a long one, my friends. And we're going to get to find out what people are loyal to the most. Talked about it before. You know, there's a lot of money on the line now. $25 is just to kill a king in a game. Especially if you feel like you're not going to win. Sometimes you might just want to grab that snipe. Also could, of course, win with a wonder victory. With a relic victory. Those are options. But I think on this map in particular, it's going to be really tough to get away with those things. Willis is bringing his king home now. I like how defensive he's played over here. He's going to stone, so we might see something like wagons for him later on. And the one thing that you guys might be missing right now, and I totally understand it, is we don't have when players are aging up on this side of the screen. I chose not to do that. We might make the tweaks eventually. But the reason for that, guys, is because it became kind of an annoyance to have so many different things on the screen. Whoa, 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 whoa. Teal's king was threatened. Purple just... Look. Purple declared war on Teal. So Purple saw an opportunity to kill Teal's king and took it and turned on him temporarily. And now Purple says, oh, that was you. And now allies Teal. So I don't know how honest that was. Now Purple says sorry and apologizes. But I think Purple just saw an opportunity to get the $25. And Teal's like, yeah, no problem. But I don't know about that. Good job from Purple to play dumb there. Okay. Gray's still chatting up a storm over here. And Red says, trade Shulk. Shulker has not responded to any of that at all. So I've got ways, guys, to remove some of these notifications. I think for now it's fine. I understand there's a lot on the screen. But yeah, when it comes to aging up, I didn't also want that on the screen because in these types of games, it's not really as important. You can see what age they're in on the right. And this has the top 3 of stockpiles, top 3 of all this data. I'm going to keep it here for now because when I select something, I want to be able to see it. Like I can see yellows on the way up to feudal age right now. Hey, Red, thanks for the stars, man. Also, Octavio, thanks for the 4 months. It's actually been 4 months pretty much on the day since the platform switch. Thanks for coming along with me. So, kind of hard to make predictions now. But overall, I guess if we look back to the stockpile list, back to the economy list, you can see it's a fairly even game. Authority, 27 villagers, is definitely behind. But certainly a player that can make waves and do something in this game. Especially if someone accidentally sends the king by his TC, because he's going to go for that. Okay. Willis says, who's ready for Diplo? Question mark. So Willis is like, all right. I've been macroing. So now that I'm on my way to feudal age, it's time to talk to people. Okay, Sir Eruptive Jumper says me, and Authority says I am. So these guys are like, yeah, we'll take allies. Jumper peace, we next to each other, says Filster. Filster, it's a very interesting thing to say when you've already walled this player out, but I suppose that still does make sense just in case. I feel like, okay... The thing about Sir Explosive Hopper is that while he is a mastermind when it comes to Diplo, he is a pretty loyal player. And so when he says this, let's be friends till the very end since we're so close, I actually believe that. I wonder, though, if Filster is going to actually turn on him. Like, many people watching this might not be able to go back and watch the old graphics. You know, we played before the Definitive Edition. Some people look at that and they're like, gross. But we had some amazing times and amazing games on the channel. And the most famous one for Filster was where he refused to enemy anyone. And basically somehow ended up kind of winning the game. But I think he's changed a little bit. Like, war has changed him. He knows he has to be more aggressive now. And why is he leaving this gold to go to this gold? I actually don't understand that. But if he had an opportunity to kill Gray, what a moment that would be. Okay. John says, T90, last night my wife asked me why I was spending money on Facebook. I said I tipped my buddy T90 for his awesome content I watch. She came back with, how come you don't tip me? Bro, I could make so many jokes right now. John, I could make so many jokes. That is really funny. Also, what else is funny is that Lap Wolves has a villager that's trapped right here. I'm gonna not make those jokes, but that's funny. I'll say, well, babe, you just don't put out awesome content, you know? Where's your channel? Hey, Blue, you mind if I make a small base to the north of you, says Gray. See, I feel like this is really important. This type of conversation is important because otherwise Blue might be defensive. Blue's like, no, I don't mind. That's fine. All right. So we see some walling. Players trying to play as safe as possible. We have Shulker, who's been very silent. Very silent. In fact, I don't think I've seen any chat from Shulker. Shulker is building a second TC here. I feel like positionally, there's a lot of safe space for Willis. But the way he's building up doesn't make it seem like he really wants to trust anyone. He's making a tower here for some reason. That might be for his king, actually. I think I'll put his king in there. He's walling a lot, which is not necessarily bad, but love the amount of fishing ships he added. You can tell which players listen to me when I talk about fishing and redocking. Pretty much everyone has done a little bit of docking, though, so that's good work from them. It is not Exploding Kings. This is straight up Diplo. So you've got to play it out a standard way. You've got to be creative with your snipes. And guys, I'd just like to say Blue Coffee wished us all the best. I was in communication with him yesterday and today. Blue Coffee says he's currently traveling. He says he's going to be watching, and he says he's prepped for the next Regicide Rumble. If this is popular and we do another one, Blue Coffee wants to be involved. Willis, do you feel like trading with the Polish village? And Willis says, absolutely. Okay. Authority says, Blue, only talking with you. Lapwolves is like, sup? Hi, how you doing? Okay, want to team up. Says, yes, please. Perfect. So here's the deal. Purple and teal are buddies, but I think purple will take any opportunity to kill someone's king. The purple recognizes he's weak, which means he needs friends, but also he saw an opportunity to kill someone's king and he almost took it. Well, I guess you can't blame him. We have orange and blue neighbors, says teal. Okay, so they're trying to talk to each other, trying to figure this out. Overall, not bad. Not bad, not bad. There's a lot of chat. Willis says, I have beef with Philster. and Big Phil over here hasn't been super chatty, I have to say. He's opened up here with some real try-hard booming. Look at his economy, not bad. 45 eco. Willis, though, is ahead of him. But that also puts Willis with a pretty high score. So Willis says, leave me alone until I have his death, and you will remain untouched. Oh, these are fighting words right now. And Teal and Purple are in no position to say, hey, Philster's a nice guy, and defend him. So they just say, okay. All right, we got some trade here from the Polish village right over to Willis's base. Interesting. So there are ways. So we've been talking through format of this whole program, right? And it is possible, I believe, for us to make it so we can tell who sees what messages are coming through. However, that's a lot more dots, guys. So what I didn't want, you see these dots down here? We just have to have more dots up here, which I think would be a lot. So fortunately, it's pretty easy, I think, for us to tell when someone can talk to the other because we get responses. And for the time being, anyways, I don't want to add more clutter to the screen to signify who's chatting to who, but it is maybe a possibility for the future. Now, Teal says, do you need help on that? As in, help killing Philster. I think Philster's just saying T90 salute because he knows people are watching right now, and he wants to salute people. Jumper says, yeah, you do with Philster what you want, I'm staying out of it. Which to me says he's not going to defend Philster. So poor Philster might not know it, but he's kind of out on his own right now with no support. Okay. Do you want his pain as much as I do, says Willis. Which I have to say has made this entertaining. And Gray says, maybe in a bit, but not at the moment. And Teal is like full-on servant mode. He's like, hey, I will work for you, Willis. And Willis is like, I'm going to wall you out right now. Okay, so check this out. I love this little alert. You can see the king just hop into a castle. So I think Willis is going to work with Teal, or Teal's just going to follow Willis. Purple and blue seem like they're going to be buddy-buddy. Blue and gray are kind of intertwined with their eco. Gray's on the other side of blue here, just trying to get it, trying to expand, you know, for more resources. And here comes Willis, and Willis did tell me, he said, I'm going to make things interesting. He's all about the content here. So even if you don't agree with how aggressive he's being at the start. Wait a second. All right, Philly boy, listen up. My entire plan for Regicide Rumble 4 is to trash talk on you. Is he actually going to ally Philster? Did he mind game everyone, including me? I just love how he called him Philly boy. He says, sorry, I couldn't tell you ahead of time, obviously. Yo, this is some great Diplo. This is Diplo before the Diplo. You know what would be so funny, though? Like, this is a great plan until Gray is like, actually, Willis, I will help you, and then kills Philster. And Philster also might not trust him. Philster just says, yeah. Like, okay, Willis says, I have 4 players bought into the lies I'm spreading. Yeah, but what if they actually want to fight Philster now? Like, that might not be good for Philster. Also, remember, 25 bucks on the line. Players have pretty good economies right now. So, you know, I think we've got to be careful if people start making military. And Philster doesn't trust him. Philster says, remind me why you couldn't mention it to me before. Well, in all fairness, I really don't want players doing pre-game Diplo and talking on Discord and whatnot. I didn't really say that specifically. But it would have kind of... I mean, you can't really avoid it, but... Willis says, because I knew you'd PM the other rigged players upset. Ah, wait. So Willis is using the fact that Philster would cry to the other players about Willis ahead of time to his advantage. And look at Teal. Teal says, Orange is rivaling Phil's. I'm seeing if we can help him. I am shook right now. I did not expect this plot twist at all. So, guys, what would you do in Filster's position? I bet you he's right on that, because Filster was in our Discord saying he wasn't going to ally Willis, so it did stick. But it might not work. Filster says, that is fair, I did do that. Willis read him like a book! Willis read him like a book! Sorry, I had to play 4D chess on you. Wow, this is crazy. Okay. So let's take a final look at the economies here, okay? Let's see, economies here. So 153 eco for Gray. What in the world? And if you watched community games recently, you will have seen what he did on the migration game. And Willis says, I want Shulker with this too, though. Of course, Shulker is a mod. Would make sense that the mods stick together. And Filster's still not trusting him, says, how do I know you're not playing 5D chess? Ooh. That's true. 5D chess does beat 4D chess. And Willis says, I'm not that smart. Okay. Meanwhile, Gray's thinking long-term. He's like, let's trade. Okay, let's trade up. I like that. I'm going to go back to the top 3 military for a second because Purple's got a lot of it. He's also right next to Teal. I honestly feel as though Authorite might try and get $25 here and get a kill. Filster says, I'd beg to differ. But sounds good to me. I mean, in all honesty, Filster, you've got to play your options here. And I really don't think Filster can go with anyone else right now. It doesn't seem like anyone else is too hot to ally him. Now Willis is going to try and tempt Shulker to speak, which we haven't seen in a long time. And Shulker is now making petards. So we're definitely going to see some players go for snipe soon. Blue, are you friend with Teal? Okay, now Willis is telling Shulker. The problem with Willis's plan is that he has to explain his whole 4D thing to everyone. Okay. A lot of players moving their kings into castles right now. Also, don't you love how you can see the kings on the minimap, so we never forget about that? I love that. I mean, players have already formulated game plans. It's pretty clear to me that Shulker, who's not in Imp yet, but he's on the way to Imp, you can see here. It feels like he wants to go and snipe red. And now Filster's talking to Shulker and says, Shulker, do we want to trust Willis? I kind of feel like this is all going to backfire on Willis. As much as I love the idea, I don't think it's going to stick. Shulker says, I don't know. That's not very convincing. You mind if I make castles next to your dock to protect trade? Yeah, so what we also just missed is that Gray wants to trade boom. So he's going to be adding trade, and he's going to be trading with blue. So, like, this is going to be so amazing for Gray. Gray's got a crazy score right now, and they're not really talking about him. Filster says red will have to be, or sorry, Willis says red will have to be squashed. Filster, you can't be a part of this to hold up the illusion. I mean, again, my hat goes off to Willis. I think it's a really next level thinking here. However, I'm not sure if this plays out exactly as he would wish because I'm not sure there will be trust. Filster says, should I still hold up illusion? You are a big bad meanie 11. I think that's what Willis wants, but that's going to put a target on Willis, of course. Also, Vincent, good question. So I should have mentioned this before. I'm sorry. We did pick civilization, and we did the lowest rated gets to pick first. The highest rated gets to pick last. Okay, Willis says, people think I hate you. All right. So I just love the fact that no one is calling Sir Explosive Hopper when that's clearly who this is. This is not Sir Eruptive Jumper. He changed his name before this. Can you make a few castles next to your docks so it protects trade? Gray's thinking long term. Look at all the castles on the shoreline. He's Spanish, so he gets more trade per trip. He's trying to trade long distance. And he's picked players who were selected today. They couldn't prepare for this. They got selected from the community with our little system here. and also are newer to community games. So he's picked really good allies. And they will trust him and maybe even fear him. And this is getting close to the point where kings are going to go down. Now, you probably saw it before, but Capture Age will actually tell us here when people turn on each other, and it will say how long the alliance lasted. It'll say so-and-so turned on so-and-so after so many years of friendship. And here comes Authority. He must have thought the king was in here. He turns right now, and there's no king to be found, people. There's no king to be found. So it's about to go down. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get heated. And so here we go, but Teal has not reacted yet. Teal, just like Purple, entered into the Discord to get into this game. Probably stressed out, and we have not seen Teal yet change his stance with Purple. Okay, now he has. We've got Rams here as well. It's a bit interesting, though, because it's just Castle Age for Purple, but he's got a lot of Knights here. I think this is going to hurt Teal. I'm looking at Teal. Teal is actually in the Imperial Age, though, so in theory, these Rats and Archers that are now elite could hold this, but you've got a castle, too. It's going to be stressful. Okay, want to take out Blue, so we have some nice trade. This Filster, I'm still trying to keep tabs on chat. So, Teal's king is garrisoned and ungarrisoned, has just gone into this castle. This is pretty far away from the action. I think Purple just couldn't keep track of where that king was. That said, though, Purple's doing a lot of damage to Teal, and Teal has not exactly asked for help right now. Okay, what did Gray say? I'd rather Blue alive for now. He is a very solid ally, seems like. Yes? Okay. Also, Orange keeps messaging me to kill you, FYI. I'm sorry, there's too much chat right now. There's just way too much chat. There's so much going on right now, but it seems like maybe Gray has taken the bait. Okay. Still Camel Archers, and there's Petards out there for Shulker, too. So Shulker's got a lot of stuff. He just hasn't really made a move. And here are those Elite Rats and Archers. And I think what's going to happen here is I think Blue is going to help Purple. I don't know. I think Gray is lying. Oh, it could be possible that Gray is lying. Let's think about pushing either Purple or Yellow. Interesting choices here. And I believe this is Gray speaking to Blue, but we'll keep tabs on it. Obviously, a bit of adapting needed for me, too, with the new program. It's the same, but different in many ways, too, right? So, Purple's getting pushed by Teal. Says Blue, which is not exactly what's happening. I think, if anything, Purple has been hitting Teal. But I could see Teal pushing back. Unfortunately for Teal, a lot of that eco has gone down. I'm going to page up a lot here. Objective is to secure corner and don't let others gang up on us. Blue. Yeah, so Gray wants Blue to be allied to him and focused on him and not so much up here. But we could still see Blue go over here and do something. Mob says Gray is scumbag. Scumbag is such a brutal word. Scumbag? Okay, haha, MT, Erupt, what is your standing with Phils? Now, this is where it gets interesting, right? Filster says, how are we, friends? Willis said that. Sorry, he's going to have to specify for our sake. Because he's got many friends. Teal says dying, so maybe Willis was talking to Teal. I'm going to look at the total populations for just a second and see what the populations are. Yeah, it's 65 eco for Teal. Military's not looking too hot either at only 15. So yeah, about 70 or 80 pop. Not good enough. That's for sure. Purple says didn't get his king. Now this is apparently a fake. Willis says publicly, get off my lawn, Filst. I have to say, I like Gray's strategy. Gray has allies who I don't think are ever going to betray him. And he's banking up tons of resources. But man, Purple has shown that he's an aggressive player and he hasn't killed a king yet. Filster says, Blue, I'm going to build some military buildings near you so we can push Teal and Purple. Now, to anyone out there who's like, hey, I want to see some kills right now. It's important to note there's hundreds of dollars on the line here. But also, the highest rated player we have is Gray, and he's about 1,500. The other players are all around 1,000 elo, some below that, 800, 900 elo. So this is definitely something they're going to want to think about a little bit more. In fact, Purple is our lowest elo player here. And that's a lot of buildings from Filster. And Blue doesn't trust him. Blue did say Filster could build these, but now you can see Blue saying, I think Green will be dangerous. Gray says, FYI, Green is on his own agenda. He'll be killing Purple, I think. So, like, I think that the whole, like, typically in Diplo, you've got two teams that are kind of discussing things. So Willis's plan is making what Sir Eruptive Jumper and his team is wanting to do stronger, I think. I could be wrong. I believe that's the case. So I just don't know. Like, you know what's a big issue is that Shulker doesn't seem to talk to them at all. Shulker's got 42 military. He's got really good army value. He's got good castle numbers. But he doesn't seem to really be trading with any of them. What is this? Oh my god. Oh my god. What does he see? Does he see it? It's there, which is a really bad spot. Inside of that transport ship, we have petards and camel archers. He's still allied with Red. Here he comes. This could be the first person to go down in Regicide Rumble 4. Shulker has been silent, and he now turns on Red. Red has an opportunity to run. The TC is going to be under attack. Will the king make it out of here? There it goes! And it is dead. Shulker, $25 in the bank, takes Red out of the picture. This is a really important corner for them. And Red, he laughs about it. He says, ha, 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 ha. Willis with the ... dots. And Red congratulates him for the kill. Well played there, Shulker. I mean, we haven't seen a lot from him. Red was really gearing up to do something, and it won't be anything against him now. Easy money for Shulker. All right, now over here you've got Blue with Paladins. And you still got this conflict between Teal and Purple. So Blue's going to have to choose a side to support here. I haven't really seen that. Filster with a lot of buildings over here, just getting prepped. And I don't think Blue's going to like that. At least based on what he said a moment ago. How did he know? Well, he was allied with Red, right? And Red didn't have flags on anything except the stables and that TC. So it was a pretty easy guess. A lot of players will do fakes. Like you can see there's flags on all these castles. These are fakes. There's a wagon in each one. That's a really smart strategy. Otherwise, you just won't know. And here comes Purple. Purple says, Blue, send. So will Blue actually defend Purple here? Does he have any reason to? I don't think he does. Except for maybe if he feels bad for Purple. These are still Castle Age Knights against Elite Rats and Archers. And you have Blue asking if he can help. He's like, hey, Master, can I help? You talking to Gray. And now you have Sir Explosive Hopper, excuse me, talking to Willis. They're going to have a discussion. And Blue won't move to defend Purple unless he gets the okay from his buddy. This is the perfect scenario for Sir Explosive Hopper, but at what point will people look at his score and realize, we've got to kill this guy? Keep in mind, the last 2 or 3 community games Sir Explosive Hopper has played in, he has won. This is Regicide Rumble, though. There's actual money on the line here. Let Green kill Purple, but we will take care of Teal. So, basically, what Gray wants... wait! Oh, Willis allies Filster now. Okay. Yeah, basically what Gray wants is for Purple to die. And Purple's not happy about it. Purple says, where are you? And oh, Blue wants the money. He's like, hey, if he's going to die, I might as well do the damage. Someone's going to get the 25 bucks. Okay, so the king is here. And Purple clearly noticed that, and Purple said, not today. Well, buddy, if these paladins turn against you, yeah, I mean, you're done. But I like the talk here. Still looks like he's allied to Blue. Is Filster planning anything? No, he's just trading. Blue-gray, ready to attack purple. I mean, I feel like purple's just seconds from going down. Once purple's down is when we see the next stage of this game. Yo, Tanmei, hello, my friend. He says, watching your vids is the best stress reliever for me. Cheers. Hey, buddy. A lot of things to be stressed out right now. I'm happy to provide that. Thanks for showing up. It does the same to me, too. Blue, can you not help purple? Thanks. I want to try 1v1, says Teal. But I can send you gold for it. Wait, so Teal wants the cash, too? And purple's pissed. Purple's like, Blue, help me. Do something. And Filster now is going to turn on purple. Yeah, Authorite is about to be Author-dead to Filster's very tiny army of camels, hussars, and cav archers. Blue says, okay, I agree. So blue is not going to attack purple, but Filster is. And Filster's thinking blue's actually going to fight with him. So it's really not the best. It might be a time where purple doesn't realize this, though. Also, I don't know why Filster is choosing to attack with such a small force. It's like the tiniest army ever. And you have gray saying, green, hold, yellow's about to snipe you next. Is he, though? Is he? I could see Shulker doing that. He's currently clearing out red stuff that's left over. Okay, here comes Filster with his camels and cav archers. Going for this castle here. Blue, let's attack purple, says Gray. So I think blue will actually do it now because he is like Gray's slave right now. This makes it seem like we are with green. Okay, that's smart though. I'm still going to try and take out purple first. That way we fine. And unfortunately for purple, you turned on the only guy that you thought... You turned on Teal to get the $25, and you lost your only true ally in this world. I said in the little advertisement for this, I was like, what are people going to be loyal to? The money or their friends? And purple, he tried to get the king kill, tried to get some glory, and the king is now here. Now, this is a $25 situation. Who's going to actually get the kill? Sorry, capture rate doesn't seem to want to show us. And Filster gets it with his camels. How dare we judge? How dare we have judged Filster for his 4 camel attack? So, well, there's 2 people down. There's 6 people remaining. Remember, you get cash for top 3 prize as well. And I have to say that this is getting super duper cluttery. Bro, are you trying to lag out my PC? What is this? 37 bombard towers or keeps. What is this, dude? Okay, they're going to have to look at that at some point and look at Gray's score and turn on him. But I think Sir Explosive Hopper is about to start lying here. He says, Yellow, green wants me to jump on you next with him. He wants my navy to range your buildings. So he can get to orange. Okay, this is a lie. Filster never said any of this. Will Shulker believe it? I'm wondering if Shulker will actually ask Filster. If he trusts Filster enough to think, maybe he doesn't do this. What he could do is he could say, hey, Filster, did you say anything to Gray? And if Filster says no, then they have a common enemy. Okay, so Filster's king is now moving. And there it goes. And he's now walling the shoreline. But didn't Gray tell Filster like 5 or 10 minutes ago that Yellow was going to snipe him? This web of lies, man, from Sir Explosive Hopper might work. Like, he always does this. He will ally people and make people need to be with him and trust him, and then he'll start lying to people. Orange, I think I will die to Phil. He is here. Okay, now this is awkward because Willis told Filster he'd be buddy-buddy with him. And Teal says, so I give my king to you. Well, that's good for Willis. Willis doesn't necessarily need to defend the base of Teal then. All right. Blue, again, I believe wants to work with Gray forever. He wants to maybe get top 3 here. Teal has now declared war on Filster, but that means nothing because these Seadrams are still going to take out the buildings. Teal probably wishes he would have actually been buddies with Purple. And Teal says, can you help? And Willis is too strong. Go to Red's base. Is Filster, you... Or Willis, you dirty dog. He doesn't want to attack Filster. So he says Filster's too strong, which, to be honest, I feel like would probably make him giggle. So he's telling Teal to run. He won't even offer any support. My man's got full wagons, halbs, and everything. He could easily defend this, and he's like, yeah, too strong. So where's Teal going now? Oh, Teal's king is now, wait, where? Oh, there it is. He is actually going to run to red. Which is going to be great for Shulker. Now, guys, Shulker did not respond to Gray. Something tells me he's not really noticing some of these chats here. So, it's an interesting game. Sir Eruptive now says, Blue, I think we need to take care of green. And Lapwolves is like, already? Like, green didn't even finish off taking teal yet. So the problem here stems back to what I said earlier. This whole Willis-Filster Secret Alliance thing doesn't help them go up against how Gray's playing it. He's dictating the pace of the game, as I would say, competitively. Yes, Yellow and him might be together. They aren't talking. Now, this is true because Gray did speak to Filster and to Willis. They are next to each other. They didn't really respond. So I think we are going to see Willis be turned on here shortly. Shulker's got a lot of camel archers. A ton of camel archers. So let's look at resources. But here's all the... Oh, that's not resources. Sorry. Here's resources for you. So workers is the number in Gray. The amount of resource is the other number. And there's a lot of resources in the bank right now. Notably, 28,000 gold for Sir Explosive Hopper. As Teal now allies Purple, even though Purple is defeated. So there's a lot of resources here. The only players that's really struggling that's remaining would probably be Teal. But Teal is going to try and stay alive in this game, and who knows what can happen. Okay. Red is dead, said Shulker's really lucky. Filster says, I think Blue is either about to attack you or me. I don't know who he's talking to, actually. But I think Filster just deleted his villagers intentionally to get pop space for more military. He's got a lot of stuff in queue, except for the heavy cav archer upgrade, which hurts to see. I mean, Filster and Shulker need to talk to each other here. They really need to talk to each other. And I don't think Shulker has any interest. I genuinely don't think he has any interest. Thank you, Rhett, by the way, for the stars. Thank you, Bernadette. And thank you, Hunter, for the subs. Thank you, guys. Also, Zenith, welcome. Let's kill Teal first. Yes, is Filster. Okay, so they want to... Filster wants to finish the job here. But remember, Teal's king isn't actually here. And Rats and Archers are good enough at probably holding if there's not Siege Ram. So I think, like, this is that moment where they want to all move on to the next decision. But they don't want to do that until they finish off a player who's going to hold on and be stubborn enough. When is Willis going to move? Okay, here comes Willis now. And oh my word... No, Sir Eruptive Jumper's going after Filster! Filster's king is in here! He's being attacked by the cannon galleons from the sea! And Filster's on the move now. Okay, so pretty crazy moment. Gray came in here with Spanish cannon galleons, which we know he loves. Filster was able to react, though, so Filster's king is still alive. Oh, God, Filster, where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you? Genuinely, though, where are you going? Like, hello? Filster? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I can't see it, guys. But it has just been killed. Lapwolves gets the kill, 25 bucks in the bank. And at this moment, Shulker says, Phil, you and Gray are enemies, question mark? A little late to the conversation there. A little late to the teamwork. And Shulker just says, oof. Now, honestly, for Shulker, he's got a lot of space and a lot of resources. So it's not that bad for him. But guys, Someone just researched treason, I think. And I think that someone was Willis. Willis was unable to save Filster in this game. And we are going to see an attempt that's either going to look incredible. Well, no, it's going to be incredible either way. It's going to be incredibly hilarious to see it fail or incredibly awesome to see it work. Filster out of the game. To be fair, it was a little awkward for him to communicate, and he was next to Gray. We kind of felt like it was always coming. And Gray says, man, Blue, you are built for community games. Hey, Teal, let's be allies. Teal, Blue. So constantly, I need an ally. Constantly, we need to do this. Constant thinking about the next step. Why is no one saying, hey, Gray's score is really high? Why is no one doing that? I'm close to dead, says Teal. And Lapwolf says, but you really are the master. Now remember, $150 for first, $100 for second, $50 for third. So, if you want to play for the top 3 and you don't think you can get king kills, you can do that. For Blue, he's got some kills already. I think we know exactly what's going to happen here, though. As Willis has loaded up the transport ships. It's funny, though, you can fit 20 in each transport, and he's got like a bunch with like 10 and 1 and 3. This is definitely attracting a little bit more attention. Hey. I mean, Shulker and Willis really need to be chatting, bro. Like, they're not chatting at all. This is a really bad sign. For now, let's just clean up green, get your economy running. Okay. So, here comes Willis. He's got too many transports. They can't even drop off the whole army. If he can get a snipe here, it would be incredible. Now, I can't verify this, guys. But if I had to guess, I think Sir Eruptive Jumper has his gather point set from this castle to this one, to this one, to this one, all the way down the line with towers. Can I tap into the game to look at that? Real quick, I'm going to tap into the game to look at that. He doesn't. I'm sorry. Never mind. He doesn't have that. And I just completely confused the system. And here we go. So the push comes in. But as you can see, Blue is here to defend. And Shulker's king was threatened by Red? Oh, no, that was a glitch. Okay. Because Red has been dead. Unless I'm missing something over here, which I don't think I am. So Shulker going to the corner. Not really bothered to work with Willis. Willis says this army was meant for Filster. Frowny face. Which I'm sure makes Filster feel great. And Gray is like, yo, Teal, get away from Orange. He can't be trusted right now. And this was not a very successful attempt for Willis, who I think needed allies from the early stages. He needed good trade with good allies. He needed good conversation. So this next level is 4-head chat. Was like negative 4-head chat. 0 head. Don't think Willis is going to look back at this moment with fondness, as everyone wants to be allied to the Hopper. Now, we are officially 2 kills away from this being a top 3 situation, too. The Red says, T90, can I get a dishonorable mention for being first to lose? There you go. You did it yourself, buddy. No one wants to really work against Sir Explosive Hopper. Okay, so Willis says, they just fought me together. And Filster, he's upset now. He's talking about it. He's, of course, been killed. But he couldn't find his king in the moment. Now, let's look at resources again, because I feel like, okay. Resources, excuse me, stockpiles. Okay, Shulker's got 13k gold, so he's second place there from players that are remaining. He's also got his king protected back here. He's good. Like, he's really, really good. So he could work with Willis. They could actually do this. With Koreans and Berbers, definitely. I think full Camel Archer, full Siege Onager, War Wagons, they could push. But it's almost like Teal, though. Teal's the issue because Teal can't be trusted. He did change his name to maybe confuse me, maybe confuse others. I think it's pretty clear for people that know him as Explosive Hopper that it is Eruptive Jumper. Teal, Blue, let's take care of Orange. Okay, so you see this. You see what happened. So do you remember that time where Willis was like, I can't help you, Teal? I think that's hurting him now. And he has proven to be a very traitorous person. And teal agrees and blue agrees. Willis says he's confused. Shocker hasn't chatted enough for me to know if he's confused, but I think they should trade together. And now here comes a web of lies. Orange, FYI. He's going to say yellow wants to kill you. I am allied with you. Okay. What's he going to say now? Yellow. Join me, blue and teal against orange. Ooh, a proposal. A proposal. He tried to snipe both of us. God, this makes so much sense. Divide and conquer, right? You want to divide the only team that can threaten you right now. My favorite thing when people misspell words is they're trying to diplo. Not that that's not expected. Like, I don't type perfectly in these games either, but it's just so funny. We have beef with him. And now Shulker says they want me to join them in fighting you. So Shulker's telling this to Willis. As blue is going in for Willis, his king is inside that castle, my friends. His king is inside that castle, and here comes teal. What in the world? Wait, did teal even run this by gray? What? Oh, if they take Willis, Shulker is so toast, man. Well, props to blue and props to teal for taking some ownership here. And also, that's a lot of rats and archers. If this king ejects to the wrong spot, this could be the end. It's lagging like crazy here. It will eject, but will it eject into a tower or not? Where is it? There it is. I don't even think Willis knows where it is right now. But it's running away. It's running away. It's just sitting there. It's blending in. So Willis obviously can't respond right now because he's distracted. The king is now on the move. And here comes Shulker. And I think Shulker's helping him. I believe this is a friendly group of camel archers. Okay, now Blue's king. Someone said watch Blue's king. Blue's king is good. Willis is good. You see gray now coming over here. And now yellow turns on teal. So there wasn't a lot of conversation, but it seems like the two T90 mod squad members that are remaining are going to work together and fight this out. So it will be yellow and orange against Sir Explosive Hopper and his minions. And he's helpful too. Gray says, hey, let me know if you need resources. I will sponsor both of you and go for yellow. And Blue's like, I'll need some gold. I'm sure those resources are going to come over too. Now, here's a question I have for my audience watching right now. I believe this is an easy answer, but is there a world where blue or teal, more so blue, would ever have the confidence or the balls or the guts to try and take out gray? I mean, blue just received a lot of resources, apparently. I'm going to guess no. I'm going to guess there's just no way. Let's look at the stockpiles again. Total resources right here. I personally don't see that happening. I think that they'd be happy to take this down to the final 3. I think they might even be happy to just give gray the #1 spot. I don't know if they'd sacrifice their kings to him, but they kind of feel as though they're only alive due to him, which you could argue is actually the case too. Now, let's look at Willis's gold count. It's not that high. Shulker's gold count is really looking good, though. And if Willis can get to siege onager, this would be great. He is making siege here. He's actually repairing this castle. It will be really hard to push Willis. As well as if Shulker is with him, but Shulker has just come home. How many camel archers does he have? He must have like 100 camel archers right now. And teal doesn't have a lot of economy, remember. So I think blue and gray are going to have to send support. And here comes blue with the Paladinos. Sorry for the slight lags there. Teal need res, question mark. Teal needs population. Teal needs help. Actually, you know what I'd love to see here? Look at the value destroyed. What a great game from teal. He has destroyed 61,000 of army value this game. You can see the total kills. That still doesn't mean teal is necessarily safe. His king is right here. Also, I forgot Willis lost his fish traps. That kind of look funny. And Sir Eruptive... No way Sir Explosive Hopper tries this. He says, Orange, I spare you if you killed yellow. I mean, he's trying, right? He's trying to divide. He tried with yellow first. Didn't get a response on that. And now he's trying with Willis. Still not getting any responses here. And now he's going right back to yellow. It says yellow, I see them transports. Wait, I think gray's allied with yellow still, right? Yeah, that's part of the problem is no one wants to enemy gray. So yellow's trying to be sneaky. He probably sees this on gray's point of view and wants to get him. Wow, okay, interesting. So rats and archers proven to be really strong, especially if the opponent doesn't make siege onager. You see, the army count is very high for Shulker, but he's not really helping right now. Like, Shulker, you're going to have to send some support here. He definitely is playing a lot with a solo attitude here. Took out red, took the space. Now adding some docks as options. Okay. And you see blue saying, can you focus on Halbs? Well, of course he will. And I think Willis could be in trouble here. If Teal had a couple more trebuchets, I mean, Korean Hussars are simply not going to do anything here. And wow, Sir Eruptive Hopper is now turning on orange, and he shows up with the navy, bro. Oh, man. Sorry, the name change has really confused me with gray. And now gray also turns on Shulker. So I really think we're going to look back at how Filster, Shulker, and Filster, Shulker, and Willis did not really work together as they maybe could have compared to the others. I think that's going to be something we look back on later as kind of the difference. Like, even right now, we do not see Camel Archers supporting whatsoever. Looks to me like maybe Gray actually sniped those transports, guys. The transports are no longer there. So he sniped the transports, and now Camel Archers are coming over. Something tells me this is not going to be too good for these Camel Archers. And it's also possible that maybe Shulker doesn't... Does he know? No, he knows. Okay. As for Willis, you know, again, if there were Trebs here, he'd be losing all of his buildings right now, and he's going to mass up. But he's only making Pointy Boys. Pointy Boys not going to be enough if he's going to be up against Ratens. And, like, this is only killable on your own if you have Siege Onagers. The Shulker says, Gray turned on me, so... The Willis says, well, we weren't allies. So it's like they're realizing now this is a bit of a problem. And Blue says, hey, the king is right here. Now, what they shouldn't do is try and run in for the king. They shouldn't try that. What they should do is they should just slowly push. This is the stage of the game where you've got to push the buildings with siege. All right. Just taking a bore. Okay, Shulker just researched treason so he could see the enemy's king position, which is good. I do not see how he can contest this, though. It feels like you need to have some water control, which he does not have. I feel like you also need an ally right now. Willis has his king inside this castle. It is now under attack by the cannon galleons. Now, you know what would be so sick? Again, I don't think we'll see it. It'd be so sick if Blue tries to take out Gray later. I think that would be a crazy move. Also, what about a Wonder Victory? Like, Wonder Victory and Relic Victory is possible. They've got to have the resources for it, right? Economy, stockpiles. Like, some of these players have to have the resources for a Wonder. I think Shulker should maybe try a Wonder. Look, he has the resources for it if he would try it right now. Because you're gonna die regardless here. Can you imagine getting the victory with a Wonder here? Yeah, Willis is gonna die. He's not really saying much about it right now. His king is on the move again. Of course, the reason they're not speaking is probably because they're working on producing units and holding, but definitely feels inevitable for Willis. Who, shout out to him. He was trying to prepare and practice and de-rust because he hasn't played Age in a while. And then he's my PC guy, and my PCs were crazy, so we worked on that for an hour beforehand. So shout out to him for all the help with that today. Which I think turned out to honestly be just a cable was loose, which is hilarious. And Wonder Victory. Now, what I'm going to do with Wonder Victory, I really hope we don't encounter a Wonder Victory before I decide on what we're going to do for second and third place with prize pool. I don't know yet. I think maybe second place and third place will be dictated by score, but it's tricky. And by the way, it is capture age lagging. The only downside, of course, because we've worked on all this for months, is that with so much going on, it does stutter from time to time, so that's not your stream or your video. But it seems somewhat manageable for now. I just have to stop. I have ways I can maybe try and fix it, but for the most part, it's somewhat manageable for me, at least for now. Okay, this is going to be Shulker's attempt here. He's going to try. Now, do I think it'll work? No, I don't think it'll work at all. We have a full stone wall here. So I think your only approach is not to try and kill the king, but probably instead to build a wonder, which is possible. He's got the buildings here. He could maybe try it. The sooner the better, because right now, Willis is kind of acting as a big stone wall for him. Like, Willis being alive is a target. So I'm actually getting really impatient. I don't know about anyone else. I'm growing increasingly impatient, actually, to see a wonder attempt of some kind. I think that would be really strong. Because you're just not going to be able to push Gray, I don't think. Yeah, Zenith, I have the whole Capture Age team on standby. I appreciate your tips. But believe me, we've done testing and I've talked to him, so... I've talked to them, excuse me. I mean, it's a standalone program that, like, recreates the game and allows these crazy things, so, you know, it makes sense that there might be some issues from time to time. Again... Okay, now you have Shulker going against blue, which is good to see. Okay, so he is now going to turn on blue and help... I mean, if this isn't a sign that he hasn't really done well by Willis, I don't know what is. Because he wasn't even killing blue paladins here. Here you've got Gray streaming paladins in, of course, very distracted. It's like they're just waiting. They're like, all right, we're going to die. It seems inevitable, so let's just sit here and wait for it. There's no sitting and there's no waiting from Gray. He was proactive in talking to people, getting ahead of the game, spinning a web of lies if need be, when need be. He's been allied with blue here for so long, Shulker. He just changed that after 1,200 years of friendship. I'm honestly, at this point, unless something changes, I'm trying to decide on what happens next. And Willis is teal. I'd be considering they stopped helping you. I think Willis is trying to say, teal, you got to think about what happens next for you here. Like, you're the weakest link, possibly. Yes, blue, I think they are scheming. What did blue say? Yellow is starting to help orange. They have been, like, the fact that blue even needs to say that is crazy to me. Because I think he should have been helping for a long time. Willis has helped us teal. Okay, so that's Willis attempting to get teal on his side. I mean, if they get teal, dude, that's no joke. He says, you are their puppet. I just feel like teal is so close to killing Willis already that he shouldn't try and do this. Blue only talking to you. So what Gray needs to do right now is ensure that no one ever backstabs him. Then he's got this game done and dusted, you would think. He says, I think teal wants to snipe you and me. What? Well, how does he get the timing right on this? Yes, they will fight to the end. They are on the other side of the map. Okay, so Shulker is still telling teal, like, teal, think about this, think about this, think about this. Willis says, there is a better noble life with us. And now blue and gray are talking about how teal could be backstabbing them. And teal hasn't decided yet. Now, I'd like to point out, we have a 4-minute spec delay between what happens in the game and when we see it and when we cast it. So I know there's always one person who's like, oh, he must be listening to the stream. We have a delay because there's money on the line. And now Gray says, yes, let's kill him. But teal hasn't even decided what side to go for yet. Willis allies teal, but teal has not accepted. What? I mean, the timing on this is impeccable. I mean, it's like they kind of sense the direction the game's going, I suppose. Now, Teal has not accepted, but Teal also should probably say something like, hey, he's trying to get me to team with him or something. Teal, ally me so I know this is real. Teal allied! Teal allied! And now what's Gray gonna say? Teal, ready to attack with us, question mark? Okay, so this is a lie. In the north? Okay, so Willis is like, yes! Yes, we got Teal. Watch this. Watch this crap. Gray doesn't want Teal to be suspicious. So Teal thinks he's the one that's gonna be sneaky here, right? So Gray's like, all right, are you ready? All right, Teal, we're about to attack Willis. Shulker's catching up. He's like, is he allied with you, Willis? Is this actually happening? And look at this. Gray and Blue are going to immediately switch right onto Teal when he least expects it. And Teal's like, wait, what? I thought I was being sneaky. I thought I was the one surprising them. Now, of course, you can see exactly what happened. So as Shulker and Willis ally Teal, Blue and Gray turn against Teal. This is amazing Diplo. Holy. That said, they could have coordinated a little bit better. Blue is going in for the king, I think. And the king is in here. So Blue didn't help with the rats and archers. And Willis says Teal can decide who we target as a peace offering. Dude, Teal might be dead, Willis. Life with you is not more noble and not more peaceful. False advertising. False advertising. Where will that king go? I mean, this could be Blue's second kill here. I think I have to keep track. The mods have a Google Doc. Wow, Teal's dead. Teal is dead. Like, just moments after he decided to go with them. Joker says, Teal, ally me, please. And then he dies, and he says, never mind. And Willis is like, whoa, what has happened there? So, of course, Teal actually had a castle here with petards in it. So if Gray was maybe feeling bad about this, he's going to see this and realize that he was correct to be on the Teal. Willis says, I mean, I guess we called it. That's true. They did actually call it. Okay. Sir Eruptive Jumper says, you gonna make bank? I am yet to kill a king. Yeah, that's what happens when you're the puppet master. So, I mean, to be fair to him, he obviously has been fighting too. Look at the overall kills here. You can see the total kills. I mean, Gray still did kill a lot in this game. Okay. He's like, it's fine. You earned it all. Let's go kill orange. I will take yellow. Blue is just absolutely in love with Gray. Like, I'm pretty sure if this was, like, an actual TV show, they'd be, like, we'd see, like, a love scene coming up here. You know, they'd be smooching in the back room or something. Because, like, what? They absolutely infatuated. No, I'll give you some of the money. No, you did the work too, babe. Oh, we did it together. This is war. There's no splitting of the funds. And no, I will not do that if players request when it comes to payouts, by the way. I won't do that. I'll pressure orange, question mark. Sir Eruptive Jumper. Otherwise known as Sir Explosive Hopper. I like how this one teal light cav is killing stuff here. Is yes. So yeah, this is now a 2v2 that we kind of expected. However, here comes Shulker. He's making a move that Gray wasn't completely prepared for. And now that he has Hussars, guys, this is no joke. This is no joke here. This is a composition that's really tough for any civilization to stop. There's the military stats. You can see army count's pretty high. Not so high for Blue. Willis, of course, needs help. All right, Blue. Gray is too strong. Call the shots. So now Willis is talking to Blue, but I don't think Blue will actually bite here. I think Blue is in too deep. Even if Willis is correct, whatever Willis says from here, Lapwolves has already drank the explosive Kool-Aid. And Blue is laughing about it. Orange is trying to get me to his side, 11. So this is expected. I also don't think it would be wise for Blue to actually turn on Willis, or sorry, turn on Blue right now. Because it would be very obvious, and they are on the verge of killing one of the others anyways. So at least, the very least, you get top 3 prize. And Sir Eruptive Jumper says, 11, try and get him on our team. Wait, what? That's funny. Can you imagine? And Blue says, can I trust you, to Willis? No way. Don't tell me Willis is going to turn on Shulker. Willis says, I'm dead anyways. I just love the fact they're going to try this. He says, kill yellow to prove it. And Willis is like, how? So, reminder on the prizes, by the way, it's $150 for first, $100 for second, and $50 for third. Blue says, I have Paladin. Well, what's happening right now is Gray, because of his walls and because of how slow this attack is, has time to deal with this and prepare for it. Yeah, I mean, the Cav Archer play from Gray is very smart. Like, typically, you're going to see a really high-score player get teamed up on, but the way this game played out, Willis, Shulker, Filster, they didn't really talk to each other. Like, none of them talked a lot. They talked earlier. And Willis says, I know you see this next message, by the way. Okay, so he's, I think, prepping Shulker. Yeah, so Willis says, how can I help with the killing yellow plan? So he's letting Shulker know, hey, don't turn on me here. And Willis is like, how am I even a help right now? You would be a help if you just rolled over and died right now. That's how you would be a help. They won't say that to you, but that's exactly how you would be a help. I swear to God, someone needs to make a wonder right now, man. That someone needs to be Shulker. If we don't finish them now, it will never work out. Ask him to lead a castle to prove loyalty. These two are loving it, as they should. They have worked together this whole game. They've got their way. Willis says, what do you want me to do? And he says, fine. I'm in, but where? Please look at Blue's coastline. Okay, here's Blue's coastline. This, all the trade. That's where they've been trading this whole game. Like, these towers here, they protect that trade, which is pretty crazy. Okay, so my thing for Gray right now, though, is you're talking legacy right now, okay? You have won multiple community games. Multiple community games by spinning webs of lies. And being nice to a few players as well and working along with them. There's a level of loyalty that comes along with his teammates that you just don't find a lot. You're on the verge of winning Regicide Rumble 4. This is like, the only player who became a legend and then also got into Regicide Rumble and did this was Blue Coffee. Blue Coffee-esque, all right? So we're talking legacy. How you finish off this game is, like, really important to the outlook. You've got so many resources, right? So the more you dilly-dally, the more you sit back, I think the more people start to think, come on, bro. And here you have the chat. Yellow, let's kill orange and I don't attack you. And Yellow says, why don't you kill Blue first? He's your biggest threat. No one wants to make the move. Wasn't Blue Coffee in Regicide Rumble before coming legend? Actually, that's true. That's actually true. So Blue Coffee was found in the first Regicide Rumble. That's where the just passing thing started. He didn't win that. He was up against high-level players. He got third. And then he played in community games and beat everyone, like 4 times in a row. Got into the next Regicide Rumble. And he somehow convinced someone. So at the very end, they said, let's wall our kings in and use one trebuchet and do a standoff. And Blue Coffee walled in the guy's king, didn't bring a trebuchet, and said, let's change the rules. Let's play it a different way. So he kind of backstabbed someone in a different way. It was funny. Endurance is in chat right now, so he remembers. Maybe orange will help, says Blue. Okay, so I think these players are really, like, hesitant to go for the all-in-out brutal wars right now. Which is going to possibly put us past schedule for game 1, but that's completely fine. I was very delayed with things today. We expected them to be long games. So let's talk about the cash, right? We've got 4 players. So once next person dies, $25, whoever kills that. But then immediately everyone places. which might introduce a little more hesitancy. The issue is Filster, or why do I say Filster? Sorry, Willis, same thing. I think if he's going to stay alive, he's got to put in a little bit of effort when it comes to trade. And try and, you know, get some resources in. They're almost out of wood, right? So that's an issue. And then for gray and for blue, I think they might even need to push together. But they're not real excited about the fact of pushing yellow right now. They want to take out Willis. I call them Wilster now. It's like, geez. Yeah, they're really running out of resources, actually. And I didn't think about that till now. What's their stockpile look like? Okay, well, they all have a lot of wood except for Willis. But yeah, there's not many trees left on this map. Okay. Willis is, why is everyone focused on me? Grace is 1,000 food, and I stop the assault. That's actually not a bad deal. The blue will never kill gray. Like, that would be backstab of the century if he kills gray. Gray's got so much water here. So much trade. And Shulker's just sitting here. It's just completely stalled. Like, not doing a damn thing. With resources, too. Not talking, nothing. Not helping Willis, nope. Just sitting. He's like, I've got all day. I called off work for this, so I don't need to go anywhere. Oops. Sorry, I was drinking my water and I tapped my mic. People want action, but the action will come. I would love to see blue maybe make some bomber cannons, but he's bringing in the trebs. I think it's very likely he will lose these trebs to the Halbs from Willis, but once Willis loses these castles, he'll end up losing everything else. His king is inside of that castle. And Gray says, okay, this is our last push. And then I think they're finished. Here comes a little bit of help, though, from Shulker. He's going to go for those trebs. I think we're also seeing the elo right now. I think we're seeing the 1,000 elo. Except for everyone but Gray, who I think is just being extremely methodical and real low risk about this at the moment. Wait, is Gray about to turn on blue? Can you imagine? Oh, I would love it so much if Gray or blue would turn on each other. Blue has so much trust in Gray. Is he really about to do this? Oh, please. Oh, please. Be ruthless. This guy has just been in love with you since the first time you spoke in Dark Age. No way he's about to do this. Or is he looping over to help? No, he's going to go help. Ah, way to be loyal. Not Sir Loyal Jumper. What is that? The opportunity's there. Like, Blue's not even hiding the fact that his king is in there. Okay. Just passing to attack a Filster stable. But what was just said by Gray is correct. What was just said is correct. I think Willis has like 1 or 2 more fights in him. He probably can only make so many more Halbs. The problem is they haven't gone for forward production buildings. I guess you can consider this forward, but they just need to have some bombard cannons. Gray's probably got like 40 of his pop on water right now. Sorry, the game must be lagging. Capture Age is lagging now as well, so this is just fantastic. Guys, how many kills does Shulker have? Shulker has 378 kills. That's decent. But what's his plan here? What is his plan? Is it just to wait for Willis to die and he doesn't want to fight with Willis for that reason? Like, if I was Willis, I would be genuinely annoyed with Shulker. Like, bro, what are you doing right now? And Shulker might just be like, well, I'm waiting for 3rd place. That'd be decent. Long lag, resource panel is gone, tonguey face. Gray's just clearing up these buildings for the time being. It is definitely that stage of the game where performance gets crazy. Just AFK until the other players resign. Again, I think Willis needs to call him out. But, you know, from Willis's point of view, he is doing everything he can because he can't make siege. He doesn't have trade. So he's fighting with what he's got left. And you know, I would just be saying a little bit more. But maybe he's actually going to turn on Shulker, but he's making it seem like he's allied with Shulker because it's 4D chess like he did with Filster earlier. Anyways, Gray's like, all right, let's do this. Let's push. But Gray says, let's push, and his army's here. I would also be asking questions if I were blue. I'd be like, push? Where's your army? Maybe he's going to push over here? Nope. Oh my god! Grace is also one lesson for diplomacy! Don't trust anyone! And he turns on blue! We are watching a man's heart break right before our eyes. Are you kidding me? Don't trust anyone! And where's the king at? I can't see him. Where is he? The king is dead. The king is dead. Sir Eruptive, or as we should say, Sir Explosive Hopper, turns on blue. Blue didn't have an opportunity to say anything to it. And now it is 1v2. We have ourselves the finish. Maybe we decide. And an instant wonder. So instantly, he says, hey, come at me, buddy. You can see the wonder percentages up here. You can win with a wonder victory. Now, guys, what is really important about this is Regicide Rumble 4. We didn't establish per the rules. I have talked about it. What happens if someone wins with a wonder? Because what I said was, you have first place is $150, you have $100 for second, and then you have $50 for third. Right now, I don't know, I guess maybe I'd give Shulker second, or Willis third or something. I don't know how they'd sort that out, but Gray doesn't want to kill the kings now. He says, come at me, and he's going to go for the wonder victory. Ridiculous. Wow. And red and blue are talking about this right now. And Willis and Shulker now, they've been sitting back for a while. They are going to have to think about this. Now, here comes Navy, though, from Shulker. And I didn't know that he had Navy over here, and here he comes in. But, man, I'm so happy Gray did that. What a line, dude. What a line. Oh, lesson about Diplo. Never trust anyone. I speculated on if he'd be able to get away with it. I think with this particular game, he obviously did benefit from being the highest rated player. That doesn't happen in all the community games he's in. He could have made his name Bob. I actually would have pushed back against that. I would have said, no, we're not changing your names fully. Sir Eruptive Jumper is like close to Sir Explosive Hopper. He made it a little different. Perhaps worried about that reputation in recent weeks. I think, you know, like I said a half hour ago, if Gray would have just fought with blue the whole time, had some ceremonial victory at the end, I think a lot of people would have lost a little bit of that respect on the name. But with that line right there, though it took a while, it's going to be a crazy finish. 345 years. There's the countdown until this game will end. And Shulker says, well, that was built quick. Yeah, Spanish build very fast. One of the many reasons to pick them for community games. All right. So now you've got the two mods. These are two guys. They spend a lot of time worrying about all the people in my chat, which is actually hilarious because there are people questioning their decisions heavily. And they have the power to get rid of those people. But we don't allow that, okay? We don't allow that, don't you worry. But they still might while I'm sleeping, but we don't allow that. Be nice. They're discussing this. Willis says, please put a market somewhere. I think it's fair to say that they probably should have had some of these discussions before. Right? Getting the market down, all of this, they should have had that discussion. But they were distracted, and life was tough. And now they're going to have to make a go for the wonder, but also possibly the king. If you do kill someone's king, then they can't get wonder victory. Willis says, all I have is food right now. Yes. Now, I'm actually going to turn on tribute events, because I think that might be helpful here. Shulker might send him resources. At least he should, because Shulker's sitting on everything. Shulker needs to send resources to Willis right now. I'll keep it on this for a bit. Now, Gray's got Navy, and he's patrolling his cannon galleons back around. So he will probably be able to defend his area here. And here he comes. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, that's a lot of heavy demos. That is a lot of heavy demos, and they patrol right into it. I think Shulker's distracted right now. And with some massive booms, Gray knew this was coming, right? He saw that on the water earlier. And he will take care of all of this. And Shulker says he has lots of demos. Yes, he does. So I don't think water is an option now for you, Shulker. Also, have to laugh at how Gray has declared neutrality towards Filster after 833 years. It's like his people hated the, what's it was Filster? The Turks for generations. And now history sees Filster's people a little bit differently. Willis says, I don't know if we have time to plan much. That would be an accurate statement. But you've got to go for it. That's for sure. You've got some Trebs. You've got some Petards. I think Halb from Willis, if he can go solely Halb, and then we could see other units, that would be great. And I think this is green. Green says, blue, you chose the wrong ally. Filster's like, yo, bro, you should have allied with me. I think blue is probably saying fair play, though. I don't know if blue can really be too upset. Oh, God. Oh, God. All right, well, it's Legend of I Sit now. And they've got to find a way, hello, Capture Age, thank you, to break through those walls. Saw that coming, says Willis. He didn't know what was over here, to be fair to him. Look to the military stats. There's 3 people left, so you can kind of see the military. Is that the military number? Whoa, holy crap. Have you ever seen an army value of 33,000? So Gray has no villagers remaining, really. He actually deleted all of his trade, too. So he's just got Navy. He's just got military. He's maxed out his potential here. So it's 200 military versus 200 military. But, oh, God. The desperation. The desperation. They can't break this, man. But they especially can't break this if they don't fight together. Like, like Willis fought without Shulker. Shulker is just still sitting back there. You know, the pressure's certainly getting to them. And again, this game is, if you play Age of Empires, it ain't easy. If you want to see perfect execution or high-level execution all the time, I think you should prepare yourselves for tomorrow and the day after, where we have some big names. Let me just shout out off the top of my head some of the names that are in the same games. Doubt and Tato are in the same game together. Doubt, Tato, Ganji, and Madri are in the same game together. Shoot, I'd have to go down the list, because I unfortunately will not be able to remember where they're all stacked together. But I'm going to name some names that are playing this weekend. We've got the Sully Buns from chat. He's actually in one of those games. You've got MBL, Jordan, Vinchester, ACCM, Backed. The list goes on. So these players are going to be playing with similar settings, of course, on different maps. Now, you know what I would say, though? Is if you come to the realization, which I think they're going to come to in a second, there's no way. There's no way they can do this. Like, any way you try to fight this, you just die horribly if you're Shulker. So you say what you want about him not moving forward, but that's what happened when he does. But yeah, anyways, the thing is, I think I would give Shulker a kill if I were Willis, or I think Willis should ask Shulker for his king. Because there's still prize pool for king snipes, and if you're just not going to be able to get through, you might just want to give that prize pool to one of the other players. And Grace says, guys, I propose you fight it out. Who will take second? How insulting. Willis is absolutely not. I mean, how insulting. That's, I mean, the sad thing is that's very true. That's what we were talking about. But that is also so savage to say. He's helping them, but... Okay, well, the thing is, Gray doesn't have many vills to repair this. He's got a few. I think he's he's creating more now. And so Shulker made it through the gate. He's going in for the Wonder now. That is not going to be enough to take out that beautiful Spanish Wonder. He'll take it to half HP, but that's not going to be enough. And here comes Willis. I just love the absolutely not. And yeah, it's just not going to be able to do it. Which is funny, because Gray's right. Gray's spot on. Absolutely spot on. And he's going to repair that Wonder. They're going to use their little hammers and just keep smacking it. And Gray's a little worried now, so he's going to make some walls. I mean, they're trading. There's just no way. Like, we're going to wait 200 years. It's going to be the same result. I do not think, unless the Korean player has heavy siege, which Willis has never teched into and can't tech into with this much time, I do not think this is ever winnable for them. It actually says a lot that Blue has the third most military right now. But you know what they could maybe do is take the Wonder out. But if they take the Wonder out, I'm not sure what that does for them because they still would have to kill the king. I guess at least that puts pressure on Gray to kill them. Also, great job here from Willis to snipe those onagers. Korean hussars are the worst hussars in the game. But he's got some value from them there. Oh, that's huge. That's very well done. Because now suddenly, if there was a ball of camel archers, it would look strong again. So their other option is to take the king. But you have to take out the castle next to all these towers and whatnot. Like we said it before, the only player who maybe would have had an opportunity to take Gray was Blue. And Gray took care of even him, despite how loyal he was. So I think, you know, I'm going to look back at the resources. I think that is a continuous problem for my boy Willis. He's fighting with what little resources he has. For Shulker, he maybe should send some of those resources over. And you just saw Willis. He researched treason to find out where the king was. It'll tell him it's here. I don't know if like he's going to look over to his dock and think, let's do something there, but it's just not possible. Gray has made sure that every player that could have been a threat was killed off. And then the remaining two here were thwarted by the relic victory, the Wonder Victory. And by the way, I have decided what we're going to do with the Wonder Victory thing for the whole event. I guess I should have thought about this ahead of time, but it was brought up by Madri, who's a high-level player playing this weekend. So he must be thinking about it. What we'll do in the case of Wonder Victories is we will decide second and third place based on the score. So if Gray wins with Wonder Victory, which is looking likely because he will win this fight, he will obviously be first, so 150. And then Shulker in this case, unless the score changes, will be 100, and then it'll be 50 for Willis. So not a bad day in the office for Yellow and Orange, despite, I think, struggling to keep themselves in it with a chance to win. Oh, you know what sucks for Blue is that Blue doesn't get any placement prize pool because he was killed in fourth. I guess he did kill the kings. But yeah, that was dirty. That was a dirty time to get sniped. But it made sense for Gray. It absolutely made sense. As did Wonder Victory here. I think without Wonder Victory, this game would be very different. I think it was always part of Gray's plan. And we said it before. Other players could have tried it. It was always going to be possible for them. Who gets the king snipe money since Wonder? Well, if there's no king snipes, then the money goes right into the salmon fund for T90 official. Yeah, to be completely honest though, if every king was sniped throughout every single game, and we did the placement prizes, I would go above the $5,000 prize pool. I think it would be like 55 or 5,600. So that would be above the 5K Microsoft gave me. I did have a very, very generous donator named System. I don't know if he's out there, but he actually contributed extra to cover the extra king snipes, essentially. And then anything that's left over, we'll put towards the next Regicide Rumble event, as long as it's popular, as long as you guys enjoy it, both here and on YouTube later. I'd like to do this semi-regularly again, which was my original plan, but then DE came out, and then there was no spec chat. One of free king snipes as Willis. See, this is what I was talking about. Like, the money is on the line. It's out there, right? And if he wins with the Wonder, then you're just wasting free money. So I would say donate the king snipe to someone. I wonder if it's possible for both of them to somehow give a king kill to each other. Shulker says, not yet. OMG, what am I doing? He's struggling here. Filster, who's in the game chat here, says, both let their kings die to their allies' army so they get more money out of T90 11. Hey! Salmon's expensive, Filster. Stop giving them ideas. Obviously, they can't see that. I mean, he says, what am I doing? I made Cav instead of Camels. But to be honest, Cavalier is actually better than Camel right now. that there's champions out. So that's actually good. I would say trusting your instincts seems to be the main problem here, my boy. Yeah, I guess what you could do is there a spot where they both have castles? Wait a second, what's this? How did Gray just casually walk through here? And also bring Blue's Paladins with him. So he's going to lose his Cav Archers to Blue's Paladins, and then the Paladins are going to still be killing Willis here. If there's a king snipe, Gray should delete Wonder to get more money by sniping the last king. Now, I don't think it would work like that unless I'm not understanding you. This is over. This is over. 11, what a jerk, says Willis. Yeah. But he's a creative jerk. You have to give him that. A creative jerk. Bringing a dead player to his base. He couldn't spare his own units. So funny. Yeah, so what you could do is this. You could have Shulker put his king here. You could have Willis put his king here. And you could enemy each other at the same exact time. Thus, both players would die. Both players would get kills. Gray wins, which is going to happen anyways. And then both Shulker and Willis get the $25. So honestly, I know it seems like a silly thing to be excited for right now. But it would be kind of funny to see that attempt. Because they might not get the timing right. Because, I mean, they're 70 years. Surely they have to realize that this is just not going to work for them, right? They're getting to that point. This has been rewalled. Shulker says, I'm about to smack myself. I did it again. I hope if people are ever frustrated with any of these players, that comments like these, you know, humanize it a little bit and remind you they're trying their absolute best. He's frustrated with himself right now. I would suggest not smacking yourself, but instead possibly thinking about what you're going to do here with the final kings. Now, you don't get $25 if you kill your own king. And oh my god! Gray is now mocking them by sending them resources. Says, here is a sling. Make it fun. So with 50 years remaining, he's now sending all these resources. I would love it if they send it back. Like, no, we don't want your dirty resources. I mean, at this point, Gray's just trying to let them know, like, hey, this is over. And Willis is sending it back. Willis is like, I don't want it. Even more insult to injury. Oh, I love that. I'm so glad Willis sent it back. Oh, God. Well, I mean, it's decision time. For Shulker and Willis, I mean, one of them needs to at least sacrifice their king. They need to coordinate for it to work for both of them. Okay, there go the camel archers. I have no clue why they're going this way. I think Shulker is about to give himself a concussion by slapping himself in the face, from what I heard earlier. Kings are still in all the castles. There's no potential for Gray to lose his Wonder or his king. 30 years remaining. I think this is confirmed. That Sir Explosive Hopper is a legend. I mean, he has been one, right? But when the stakes were high, he again gained allies. No way, dude. No way. Shulker. Shulker. Let him give it to you. Don't go for betrayal, man. Orange, you silly goose. This is Gray. Yellow coming for your ass. Gray is snitching. Wait, how does Gray see that, though? How does he see that? Wait, is he allied with him? Did he research spies? Can you research spies? Does he see everything? Okay, Willis says that's fine, but now the king ejects into the next castle. Which Shulker's like, damn it, I didn't get it, but Willis didn't mind giving it to him. He must have researched spies, which is like 30,000 gold. So he just sees everything. Willis has not enough petards to win in time. And we have 7 years remaining. Gray is now suddenly, he's arrived to maybe get an extra $25. And Shulker says, thought you wanted to give a snipe. Yeah, he did, but you didn't ask him to send the king, dude. And now, okay, there's the king. Willis is like last-ditch effort here. And Shulker gets it. Well, gets it. Just barely. Okay. Oh my God. What a crazy game here. Well, we knew going into this that Sir Explosive Hopper was one of the big names. There's a reason I brought him in here. The first time this player played, and I encourage you guys to look it up on YouTube, he at one point had no base. He had all of his villagers and his king in a transport in the middle, okay? And he somehow convinced all the other players to not trust each other, fight each other. He came back and he won. It was ridiculous. And last week, he also pulled off amazing stops. Spinning a web of lies, allying people, working with them. He's not too brutal with it, but he does make people pay, and he does get his victories. And then here, we put money on the line. I wasn't too sure. He did a very similar thing. Very early on, he worked with Blue. He had discussions with probably every player in this game at some point. He gets his victory. So I forget how many king snipes he had, actually. But I know he gets $150 for winning. It will then be $100, I guess, for Shulker. Yep, for Shulker, because Willis was technically dead, and Willis will get the 50. Plus, Shulker also got the king snipe. So, like, say what you want, but Shulker really benefited from his approach in this game. He got a decent, sizable amount of cash here, and not bad. Now, we had some sick moments in this game, and we can actually go back, and I'm not sure. I actually didn't test this before the stream. I'm really bad. But you see this here, the guys? I forget if I can play all the king deaths one after the other, which is kind of what I was hoping for. But it was a very long game. We're still going to be buffing this and working on this throughout the next couple weeks and months. Yeah, it started off when red went down. I probably won't sum up all of it, but yes, I forgot about that. Shulker got the kill there. Not bad. You move along. Purple ends up going down later. The loading time on this is a bit much, so I don't know if we'll show all of it, but isn't this so cool? Can everyone say thank you to Capture Age right now? This is so cool. We can go back and see all those key moments. I think the best snipe, which definitely deserves revisiting, was this. This was it. I don't know if it's going to have the chat, but at 2:17, this was probably the snipe of the game. Blue had just turned down offers from the enemy to turn against Gray. Said, I won't do that. I love him. And whoa, that must be a bug. That must be a bug. Anyways, if you look real hard in there, Gray killed the king. And he said, one lesson for diplomacy, don't trust anyone. GG. Great game. We're going to go to the end game statistics. I can show you a few things there as well. We definitely bugged out Capture Age. Whoops, that sucks. Yeah, here you have it. And I will admit, I actually did not look at the end statistics at all in all my testing in the lead up to this, so apologies if there's anything new that I'm missing. Seems very similar to normal Capture Age. It's got a bunch of text there and all that. That's probably excessive for you, but here's the KD. As far as the kills go, Gray, 1,600 kills, 800 deaths. He raised more buildings, killed more units. He probably collected more resources. Yes, he did. Just a casual 145,000 gold. But the thing is, a lot of players can't boom up with top score like that because they get ganged up on because of not having strong and faithful allies. And he either killed the people that wouldn't have trusted him, or he brought people around him who would work with him, who would trust him, a la Blue. It worked very well for him in that game. And a great game to start off Regicide Rumble 4. This, of course, is a 3-day event. Oh, I'm supposed to scroll down to see this. Okay, that makes more sense. This, of course, is a 3-day event. We'll have 3 uploads, 3 games from today, which is community game style. We'll have 4 more players rigged in from the community. And then we're going to have 4 people from the chat, from the live viewers here who can get in. And then on the weekend, we have all the signups. This is a look, just a little tease possibly for people who are going to see this later on YouTube. This is what we have for the upcoming maps over the next couple days. And eventually, of course, we'll come to the channel. There you have it. So, game number 2, which is coming up next, will be Graveyards. We'll have Crop Circles. And then for the Pro Day, the Pro Weekend, Bedouins, Donut, Houseboat, Pilgrims, Step, and Crosshairs. What a great game that was. That was a great game to start it all off, guys. Well played to everyone involved.